So that takes us to problems related to setting objectives. Yeah, businesses could set objectives, firms could set objectives, but what are the problems when it comes to setting objectives? The first one, the principal agent problem. When we talk about the principal agent problem, it's a situation whereby there are different conflicting interests between the principal who hires the agent. So I'm going to read further. The principal agent problem, this applies to a conflict of interest that occurs when one party, the principal, hires another party, the agent, to act on their behalf. So the principal will hire the agent to act on the principal's behalf. So what becomes the problem? You know, the problem is about, are you guys with me, please? The problem is about setting objectives, or profit maximization, sales maximization, profit satisfying, whatever your objectives are. The first problem we could encounter as a firm is the principal agent problem, where the principal would have hired the agent to act on behalf of the principal. So what brings about the problem? The process is the problem. Delegation. As soon as the principal employs or hires the manager, who is the agent, to take over the affairs of the business organization or the firms, it means the agent will start acting on behalf of the manager, of the owner, of the principal, which means all decisions come from the agent. Delegation. The principal delegates authority to the agent to make decisions. So decisions comes to the agent. The agent makes a decision on behalf of the principal. Then what is the problem? Asymmetric information. There's information gap. Because most of the time, the agent has more information than the principal. Yeah. Because the agent is in the field, the agent is in the business. It makes decisions, not the principal. The agent often has more information than the principal, which makes it difficult for the principal to monitor them. So the problem is there's information gap between the principal and the agent, because the principal doesn't know much as the agent knows. So which makes it difficult for the principal to monitor the affairs or the decisions of the agent. So which simply means there might be conflict of interest, conflicting incentives. The agent has different motives, the principal has different motives. So there is divorce of ownership. Divorce of ownership. And when we were talking the other time, I said there's a principal agent problem in education. In education, there's a principal agent problem. When the agents, the students, do not understand the reasons why they are in school. But the principal, the administrators, the teachers, the school have to let them understand the importance of being in school. So there's principal agent problem in education, which is a market failure. So students, it is assumed that students behave in certain ways because they don't even understand the consequences of what they are doing. If you understand the essence of being in class, you would know it is more than being rich. Education will not make you to be wealthy, but it gives you the ability to learn, to relearn, and to unlearn.
To what?
To learn.
Relay and?
Learn. Relearn, unlearn. This is what education will do. So which simply means you can walk through life with education. You can scale through difficulties with education. Is it clear? So we have principal agent problem whenever there's information, asymmetric information, which means someone has more information than another. But that's market failure anyway. It is AS level. So here we have the same problem here, principal agent problem, because there's what? Asymmetric information, which means the principal has less information than agents. Now, conflicting incentives. I have my motives, you have your motives. We are not on the same line. Because we are not on the same line, I would work towards my achievement, my set of goals. You work towards yours. But the principal cannot influence decision because the decision is made by the agent. The agent may be motivated by personal gain, such as higher wages or salary, while the principal wants a better outcome for their own interests, such as maximizing profit. The agent wants a higher pay, and to get a higher pay, the agent might need to perform well. In performance, you might need to sell so much. Do you get it? So selling more might not make, you can sell as much as you want, but it doesn't mean that you're making profits. Profit is something, sales is separate. So an agent might be motivated because of sales volume. But sales volume will bring about a fall in profits. But it's only on sales volume that the manager will get maybe a bonus. So the agent will act in a way that would incentivize his own objective. But the principal wants something else. It wants profit maximization. So there's conflicting incentives. So this is where we have the principal-agent problem when it comes to setting objective. You could set an objective for profit maximization, sales maximization, revenue maximization, survival. But all these things would have an impact when it comes to principal and the agent. The manager sets the objective, which is the agent, but the principal has another objective, which is different. So setting the objective will become a problem when it is the principal-agent situation, which is what? Divorce of ownership. And divorce of ownership simply means that the affairs of the managers are separated from the owners of the business. Divorce of ownership. The owners of the business have to stay aside when it comes to making decisions about the business. And that would lead to the principal-agent problem. Do we understand?
Yes.
Do you understand, please? If we don't understand, please ask. This is the only time I give answers to questions. Not in the exam hall. I won't. I will never. If it is not clear, please ask.
Divorce of ownership is caused by conflict of interest, right?
Yeah, divorce of ownership comes because the agent, the principal has delegated authority to the agent to act on the principal's behalf. So which simply means the owner of the business, the principal, is staying away from the business.
So it's not correct to say that it's caused by conflicting incentives.
What?
So it is not correct to say that divorce of ownership is caused by conflicting incentives.
It is part of these are part of the consequences of divorce of ownership. So you've given me the authority to act on your behalf, but I have certain objectives I want to reach, which is different from yours.
Yeah.
So that would change the outlook of our objective. Then go to the second one, which is the pricing strategy and the prisoner's dilemma. So these are the two things that makes setting business objective or firm's objective complicated. The principal agent problem and what the pricing strategy and the prisoner's dilemma. The prisoner's dilemma represents a situation where two players want to better when they cooperate, but they have the incentive not to cooperate. The principal dilemma, the prisoner's dilemma is about two prisoners who will do better having a reduced jail term if they cooperate. But there's a reason for them not to want to cooperate. We do well when we are together, but we have reasons, motivation not to be together. Is it making sense now?
Yeah, it makes sense.
There's a prisoner's dilemma because there are two prisoners in separate cells. If they are able to cooperate, they have a reduced term. But if they are able to cooperate, they would be worse off, but they wouldn't know. So, they do better if they cooperate, but they have the incentive not to cooperate.
Yeah, because for example, in the prison example, they think that the other might plead guilty. So if they be innocent, they get away with no jail, and the fellow man will get more jail time. But this leads to them both pleading not guilty lead both of them getting longer jail time because they didn't cooperate.
Yes. So the point is, when you look at it at the end, in summary, when you cooperate, it reduces. But when you don't cooperate, you think it is more better, but it is not.
Makes sense.
Do you get it? When you cooperate, it's easier. But because you don't know what is in there for you, you feel you regret staying apart, betraying one another. So it's all about betraying your trust. So if we don't cooperate, I have to work against you, you have to work against you. That is the reason why there's incentive not to cooperate. Because working against you allows me to be free and allows you to be worse off. So it is this case, the case is I'm in the middle. I tell you, just confirm is the one that did it. The jail time you're supposed to take, he takes it. I go back to him. Just confirm he did it. The jail time you're supposed to take, you take it. Both of you are going to cheat on each other. Then at the end of it all, you're going to go on a long-term jail. Because you did not cooperate. So, you think you're going to be better off, but before you know it, you'll be worse off. Based on what? The incentive for not to cooperate. So you have it in your mind, is he going to go against me, or is going to be in support of me? He's going to have it in mind, is he going to go against me, or is going to be in support of me? But going against him gives me more incentive. I'm going to make more going against him. And you think about that, going against him makes you to get more. That means you will not cooperate. And it's only when you cooperate that you have better, you become better. That is the prisoner's dilemma. Do you get prisoner's dilemma here? So businesses will only make more sales when they charge a higher price. But in their mind, they can only gain market share when they reduce the price. Do you get it? So look at it here. It is a game theory. It is a game theory model that explains why competitors, despite the mutual interest in higher profit, often engage in a price war that leads to lower profit for everyone. Instead of us to cooperate and make higher profits, we are going into price war that will become a loss for everybody. So look at it. In this model setting, a higher price is like cooperating. So when you set a higher price, you are cooperating. But the bank will be telling you that, why do I have to set a higher price when I can as well set a lower price to gain more market share? But when you think about setting a lower price to gain market share, everyone in the cartel will do the same price war.
I mean, Mr. Price wars are often temporary because at the end of the day, once the company that started the price war leads everything out of the market, they will jack up prices again.
Yeah.
Because there's going to be a monopoly, they have no trust to the consumer.
Yeah, it's short term though. But the point is, everybody becomes worse.
Yes.
We become worse here because we are supposed to be making profit, but we are making a reduced profit based on the incentive to cheat. Incentive to what? That's why they said both do better when they cooperate, but they have the incentive not to cooperate by offering them an escape route when they go against each other. You just have to go against it, then you are free. You have to go against it, you are free. But none of you will be free because both of you have gone against each other. So if you accept he did it, 10 years. If you accept he did it, 10 years, you are free. But both of you are going to go 10 years. But if both of you accept that you did not do it, it's 3 years. But you like 3 years and no years if I just said he did it. Oh, he did it. You think you are free, but it's going to say you did it too. So both of you are going to go 10 years. That is the prisoner's dilemma. You are only going to be better off if you are able to cooperate. But if you're going against each other, both of you will be worse off. And that's the problem about pricing strategy. But this one is linked to cartels. One of the problems about cartel is that some firms might charge a lower price by going out of the agreement between the cartels to gain market share. And as soon as they do that, other firms in that cartel will come with price war. So everybody's going to lose. Is it clear now? Any question about the problems regarding setting objectives? Setting objectives, we have the principal agent problem and we have the prisoner's dilemma. The principal agent problem is about the owners of the business and the managers, which is divorce of ownership. And for this, they can only get better if they are able to cooperate. But for them not to cooperate, there's reason for them not to cooperate. And if they do not cooperate, it brings about a problem. Is it clear? Okay.